Hey there folks, welcome back, Ricky here. Alright, so today we have a very exciting unboxing, and with the unboxing today we are going to do a cut demo. A lot of you guys have been asking for cut demos with my unboxings, so today I happen to be making some dog food. So this week my dog needs some more food, and so I'm here to cut some food for her. And so we're going to do a really quick unboxing here. We're not going to talk too much about the knife, we're just going to open it up, take a really quick look. Man, this is gorgeous. Look at this thing. It is so perfectly well done. I mean, the birchwood handle it's phenomenal. I mean, you can feel the grain of the wood. You can feel some of the, the imperfections or some of the knobs that are in the handle here. And so this here is heat treated to a 63 on the Rockwell scale using SG2 steel. SG2 is a super gold steel, considered a very high-end steel. And it's also a stainless steel, so for those who don't want to deal with rusting and patinas, this is also a very good knife for that. The profile is definitely a very traditional Japanese profile. You see it's a very straight linear profile with a very slight belly, curve in the belly. For the most part though, I mean, it's not a very tall knife. I don't know the exact measurements, but from holding it, I'm guessing it's about a 46 to maybe 47 millimeters of height. In terms of overall performance, I mean, it is razor sharp. You guys can see how easily this knife goes through all of the ingredients. And the only area where I felt like I struggled with, and this is probably just my inability to produce the amount of cut force that's required, is trying to do the quick chops or the quick cuts on things like the carrots and the celery at the end in the really thick areas. And again, the knife can probably handle it, but I just don't have that. I don't generate the same cut force as a professional chef would. The other thing I noticed about this knife is it is very light. Everything from the handle to the actual blade. The weight of this knife is slightly more towards the handle than the actual blade. You can see right here that where the tang or the knife and the handle meets, you can see that the handle actually outweighs the blade portion of this knife. Okay, so what that tells you is that this is more of a nimble knife. That's not to say that if you have great cutting skills, you can't do quick chops or quick cuts the way I couldn't do it. So for me, you can see that in most of the video, I was doing much more of in the culinary world is a chop. To me, to those of us who aren't trained, this is a chop. But to those who are in the culinary world, a chop is a push in a very slight forward motion, according to some of my subscribers who are culinary students and chefs. Okay, so thank you guys for that tip. And also in the video, if you guys notice, I tried doing some rocking on this knife. It's not a rocker. This knife, even though it does have a very slight belly, it's not a rocker at all. I mean, this does not rock. This is not the knife that I would recommend you pick up if you are used to rocking your knives. With a rocking knife, you typically want that knife to be a little taller at the heel, and so that it gives you more of a fluid motion. You can see here that there's actually a pretty abrupt stop right at the 1/4 way of the way up from the heel. It makes for a great chopper or rocker if you're doing things like cilantro and onions, and you are just kind of dicing everything really finely. But in terms of actually trying to, let's say, rock on a carrot or a celery, because of the lower height of this knife, it puts a lot of stress on your wrists. At least that's what I felt during the cut. And it just didn't feel good. I was putting too much stress on my wrist, and it just really took away from the experience of using this knife. I really like this knife. I mean, it's a knife that I have to kind of re-acquaint myself with in terms of the Gyuto profile. But in terms of raw performance, it is a really good performing knife. The fit and finish of this knife is fantastic. You really cannot get any better than these sort of knives by Miyabi. I will be doing more cut tests with it, with actual meats and different types of meats as well. I will bring out a few other knives and kind of go head and head with this knife. So I actually want to hear from you. You guys know most of the knives that I have. For those who don't know, I have pretty much every Dao Strong, all of the Miyabi chef knives as well, all of the Wusthoffs. So if you guys want to see these knives go against Wusthoffs, so let me know. The Kramers, the Yaxals. So I have a good selection of knives. So if you guys want to see head-to-head combat, I shouldn't say combat, but if you guys want to see head-to-head cutting tests, a performance test with this knife or any of my other knives, leave it in the comments, let me know. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a fantastic knife. Definitely a very beautiful knife. I mean, you cannot deny how beautiful this knife is. from the Damascus pattern, very, very unique Damascus pattern. The Carillion handle is just, I mean, it is really something else. Matte finish is very nice. There is never a moment where I felt like my hands were slipping at all. I wish this knife's profile was a little bit taller. That's really the biggest complaint I have. I would rather sacrifice a little bit of weight for more height on my knives. But overall, really, really nice knife. Really can't complain at all. And again, this is my first time using a Gyuto profile in quite a long time. So it's probably more of my inability to generate the cut force that I really needed to do some of the cutting that I wanted. But the knife performed flawlessly. Well, that'll be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. The food. What is with the food? Well, I make my own dog food, and you guys are seeing apples, cabbage, carrots, sweet potatoes, and celery. There are a lot more ingredients. We actually put a lot of meat into this as well. So the meat gets cooked, I think, with this once I add the water and everything. So we'll cook a bunch of meat with it. We also put oatmeal with this as well. So it's it's a pretty decent meal. I mean, it really tops off the dog. Stuffs are pretty good. It's pretty good. We've been doing this for our dog now for a few about 6 months or so, and she loves it. And basically, all these ingredients are dog safe. And I compared some of the dog food that I was buying before, and we were able to make a lot more dog food with less money. So all in all, we spent about $45 to $50 a month on our dog food, making it this way. But she's getting the freshest ingredients. Everything is made by us. There's no additives and no preservatives for the dog. So that's the dog food story. Based on all of the feedback that you have given me these last few months of making strap blocks, I have started with this strap block here and have ended up with this here. So we went from a 3x9 hard corner edges to a 2.5x10 round edges strap block, and I really like the way they have turned out. I only make about 2 or 3 dozen of these a month, and so I will leave a link in the video description to where you can find these blocks for sale. The leathers that I'm using for my strap blocks are Latical cowhide, buffalo hide, and shell cordovan horsehide. So the absolute best leathers that I can find. To all of my subscribers, thank you so much for supporting my channel and helping me grow my channel to where it is today. Without you guys, the channel would not be here. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.